Oh, hello YouTube. Welcome to episode 24. So this morning we've just left Carnarvon. We're back out on the road having our morning coffee stop. Still looking 41 degrees for the next week, 40 to 41.
Yeah, hot.
And still quite dry out here as well, with long stretches in between roadhouses, and 7 days for us before the next town. At the moment it's really muggy and humid. There's a real low pressure system moving through at the moment because there's a cyclone forming just off the northwest coast of Australia, which is fine for us because we're going to be ducking inland to Tom Price.
Yeah.
But it's just sticky. The sweat is not really cooling off us at the moment.
No, but we will keep an eye on the winds as well.
So lots more night riding I think for us over the next week. We'll, instead of going late at night, we'll just be doing maybe 5 p.m. when it starts to cool down into 9 or 10, and then waking up at 3 or 4 and going again in the morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to this section. Next couple of days should be pretty dry, and then we start to move into gorges. There's a couple of stations which we haven't stayed at before, which look really, really picturesque and beautiful. So some more new stuff for us this week. Long stretch, but we're really pumped. So yeah, enjoy.
We've just stopped for our lunch break. It's about 10:30 and we've already done 90 k's and we're feeling pretty good. So we've decided we're going to do some more.
Yeah, this was meant to be our stop for the night, but we got a little bit of a tailwind and we've had sort of almost 2 days off the bike because we got into town so early 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to do a big 150, maybe more. We'll see.
Why not?
Get to a roadhouse.
The other thing we forgot to mention yesterday, so last episode, was that on our day off we went to the Aboriginal Heritage and Culture Centre in Carnarvon, and it was amazing. We haven't really had much of that along the way so far, and we're really interested in learning more about Aboriginal history and culture, so that was really cool to go into. And
there's been a pretty shocking lack of Indigenous history in a lot of the information centres along the way to date, so yeah, important stuff to learn, particularly as we're travelling across country. So yeah, that was really, really interesting and amazing experience. And we got looked after for the day by the woman at the front desk, Norma.
Hi Norma, if you're watching.
Hello. She fed us lunch and took us outside to teach us some of the native plants and things outside. And yeah, she was really lovely.
Yeah, gave us ice cold soda water.
Yeah. Looked after us.
She did.
Yeah. Sweet, all right, so let's jump back on the bikes and do some more.
Yeah, woohoo!
Right in!
So hot. So we arrived at the river here at about maybe 10:30 after doing 40 k's, so we had a nice slow start to the morning. The river's dry, which is not ideal. It would have been nice to go for a little bit of a dip. So we've just been hanging out. We're doing a bit of reading. I took James through a watercolour, so this is his first ever one. And how amazing is it? So cool. So we're going to do a bookmark next, I think. But yeah, that's it for the day, I think. We'll just hang here until about 4:30 and then we'll do another 70 k's to get out to the next spot where we're going to sleep. And other than that, yeah, just hanging out.
Good afternoon. Okay, so this morning we really wanted to make it to a roadhouse called Nanatara Roadhouse, 110 k's from our camp last night. We did a pretty hard slog yesterday in the end. We did 70 k's in the dark, so 140 k's the first day and then 110 k's yesterday. And so woke up feeling probably a little bit sore and with less water than we expected. And we were hoping to get to the roadhouse before it got hot.
Yeah.
I think we woke up at about 4:30. Just misjudged things a little bit, I think. It got quite hot. We ended up getting here at about 12:30.
Yeah.
So into the heat, and again, 40 degrees. It's standard out here now. And we had to sort of ration our water a little bit, which was tough. And it was fine. We got there with no problem. And we didn't get to the stage where we were needing to ask people for water. But yeah, we got probably a bit dehydrated today.
Yeah, a bit.
The ride was really cool. We moved out of the flat, grassy plain areas and into this sort of tabletop mountain scenery, which was absolutely stunning. But we were a little bit preoccupied with the thirst.
With the water, yeah. But it was a lot more like up and down as well, not just super flat.
Yeah.
Which was kind of good, but not when you don't have much water.
Yeah, not much time, and a bit of a headwind as well.
Yeah.
At one point along the way, I did find a small water hole. All the rivers are dry out here at the moment, but there was one water hole. Dunked the shirts in, and it was a nice little grove kind of place. The clover's growing and some grass around the outside. It was a little bit of paradise just under a bridge. So that was heaps of fun and cooled us down a lot.
Yeah.
And now we've made it to here. This is just below Nanatara Roadhouse. We're just underneath two bridges that lead to the roadhouse right now, and we've got this massive river we've just been swimming in for the last couple of hours.
So nice.
It's incredible. We've cooled ourselves right down. We've completely rehydrated. Yeah, we're feeling very relaxed and content. It doesn't always happen that you get rewarded on the same day for the effort. We weren't expecting to today at all, but today we did, and it feels so sweet. Getting our head under the water for that first time after being that hot.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is bliss.
Yeah.
So plan is we're just going to hang out here for the day, and then when it gets dark we'll head 5 k's north camp out, and then start making our way towards Tom Price.
Mm-hmm.
So that ends another day out in the heat. We're in a similar routine today than the other days. A nice early start, ride through some beautiful country. It's starting to get quite hilly and rocky, which has been really spectacular to see. Red dirt and really green, lush green plants, hasn't it? Been passing through quite a few low creeks or wet season creeks. So it's been quite humid out here. Yeah, the vegetation's been really green and lush. Very pretty. So we spent the day tucked away from the heat under a metal shelter near a creek, but not quite close enough. Very hard to get access to it, and it was pretty depleted. So we're able to get down there and fill up some muddy bottles with some water to soak our shirts and things, but nothing to drink. And then we just hung out and did a lot of reading today. It felt really hot today, didn't it? Everything was just emanating heat. So that's the episode. A big heavy riding episode this time round, but tomorrow we're geared up to get to a station, which we're very excited about. I'm going to have a 0 day there because we have been riding so hard and actually made up a whole day's riding just in the last 4. So that'll be great. We're just going to chill out there, and then a day's ride to Tom Price, another 0 day in Tom Price, and I think just fully rehydrate ourselves because we've been sort of rationing our water for a while now and just making sure that we've got enough for a couple of days at a time. So yeah, time for some respite and some relaxation in the next episode. Stay tuned.